We have some breaking news for you in our politics lead. CNN is learning that the January 6th Select Committee has subpoenaed phone records from more than 100 people, including former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. CNN's Jamie Gangel joins us now with the CNN exclusive. And Jamie, has the committee been successful with any of these subpoenas? Have they gotten hold of these phone records?
We have been told that a batch went out and a batch has come back. There's another batch out. So we know that they have requested more than 100, and they certainly have gotten a group of those records back. I just want to explain what the call detail records are. It is not the substance of the phone call.
Right, there's no recordings of these calls. Yeah.
It is not the substance of a text message, but it tells you who called whom, at what time, for how long, who texted another person. So now what they do is they take these call detail records and perhaps they can build a web of communication on the day of January 6th. Although the timing goes, from my understanding is from at least one record we saw, that they requested call detail records going back to November 1st, just before the election, through the end of January.
And you have some new reporting on former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. What do you have?
So this is brand new, just into CNN. We know that he is now not cooperating. And if you look closely at the committee's statement, they mention and remind us that he has voluntarily already handed over, with no claim of privilege, we know more than 6,000 pages of documents. What CNN has learned today, a source with knowledge has told me, that in those 6,000 pages of documents are his communications on January 6th as the riot was unfolding, with no claim of privilege. So we don't know exactly who he was communicating with on January 6th, but the committee now has this information. And as you and I know, a lot of people had Mark Meadows' telephone numbers. So let's just think about who might have been calling him and texting him and emailing him. White House officials, rally organizers, Trump loyalists, members of Congress, some reporters. The committee has those records.
Wow, that's intense. Jamie Gangel, thanks for that. Sure. Let's bring in Democratic Congresswoman Zoe Lofgren. She's on the Select Committee investigating the January 6th insurrection. Congresswoman, thanks for joining us. Let's start with these phone records subpoenaed by your panel. What specifically are you looking to find by going this route?
The details. As you know, this is a gigantic puzzle. We've got many pieces, and we need to put some more pieces together. As your reporter explained, this is not the content of any text or phone call. It's time, place, it's data, really it's metadata, and it will help us put together the picture. By the way, Mark has sent over volumes of material, including real-time communication as the riot unfolded, without an assertion of privilege. The committee wants to ask him about some of that, and it's really untenable that all of a sudden at the last minute he's saying no, that somehow there's some reason why he can't talk about this, especially after his book is out. Apparently, I haven't read it yet, but from reports recounting conversations he had directly with the president. He's reporting on that in his book for money, but refusing to talk to the committee about it. That's untenable.
If you get the metadata from a phone company that suggests, let's say, individual A texted individual B, and you think you can build a case, or you think that might be very integral to your investigation, can you then go to a judge and seek the content of that text message?
Sure. Sure. If there's probable cause to do that, there's a basis for doing that. But by the way, when there's a text exchange, there's more than one party who has the text. And we've had more than 275 witnesses come into the committee already. We've had more than 30,000 documents produced to us, and hundreds and hundreds of tips that have come in. So we are compiling information. There's no single witness that has all of the information that we're seeking to obtain. Obviously, there are things we want to learn from Mark Meadows, but we're getting information from a variety of sources.
Have you established in any way yet that the attack on the Capitol was pre-planned by individuals either in the White House or with close connections to the White House during the Trump years?
I don't want to answer that question at this point because we're in the middle of this investigation. But let me just say there's plenty left to investigate, and we've found a very important evidence so far.
Another Trump ally, Steve Bannon, faces an upcoming trial after fighting his subpoena from your committee, both for testimony and for documents. Bannon has been charged with criminal contempt of Congress. The Justice Department wanted a trial to start in mid-April. The Bannon team pushed for October 2022. Today, a judge seemed to settle that disagreement, and he set the date for July 18th, 2022. What's your reaction to his legal strategy?
To Bannon's legal strategy?
Yeah.
I don't know if there is one. I mean, obviously, he'd like to stay out of prison for as long as possible. You always hope for early trial dates, justice delayed is justice denied. But a July trial date means that he will be facing the music mid next year. And I think that's appropriate.
Bannon has been all in on this strategy of Trump supporters infiltrating local Republican Party posts. In an interview, Bannon told CNN's Sarah Murray, quote, "It's about winning elections with the right people, MAGA people. We will have our people in at every level," unquote. Your committee is reviewing how the insurrection unfolded. But do you think for Trump supporters, January 6th was also a lessons learned for Team MAGA? In other words, the safeguards, the guardrails held barely during the last election. But do you think the Trump team also learned, okay, this is what we need to do so that next time we can overturn the election?
Well, I think what we're doing here in the January 6th committee is about defending democracy. What steps do we need to take to make sure that it's the votes and the voices of the American people that determine our future, not a cabal that wants to insert or overturn the voters' desires with their own quest for power? That's what ultimately this is about. And we're looking at the facts and what happened on the 6th, but also trying to inform ourselves about what steps need to be taken to protect the democracy.
Democratic Congresswoman Zoe Lofgren, thank you so much. Good to see you.